Hey Los Blancos fans! Welcome back to Real Madrid News, your ultimate source for everything happening at the Santiago Bernabeu. I'm your host, and today we've got some massive stories to discuss. From Ancelotti's potential departure to Xabi, Alonso's explosive comments about Vinnie Jr. and our struggling season despite Mbappé's impressive goal tally. Plus, we'll analyze what's really happening with our defensive crisis. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you're passionate about the greatest club in the world. Let's jump straight into today's burning topics. The Carlo Ancelotti era at Real Madrid appears to be reaching its conclusion. Multiple sources from the Spanish press have confirmed that Don Carlo will leave the club at the end of this season, despite leading us to nearly every trophy last year with an almost invincible campaign. Florentino Perez reportedly told Ancelotti that winning La Liga might save his job, but that seems increasingly unlikely with Barcelona currently 4 points ahead with just 5 matches remaining. The crucial El Clasico on May 11th could be the final nail in the coffin for Ancelotti's tenure if we don't secure a victory. Meanwhile, former Madrid midfielder Xabi Alonso has emerged as the frontrunner to replace Ancelotti after his phenomenal work with Bayer Leverkusen in Germany. Alonso recently spoke about the possibility of coaching Real Madrid, saying, "Coaching Real Madrid would be a dream. I was successful as a player for this club, and as a manager, I also want to win titles. I've never hidden my desire to manage Real, but perhaps this dream is arriving sooner than I imagined." Alonso's tactical brilliance has transformed Leverkusen into one of Europe's most exciting teams, implementing a possession-based style with disciplined pressing that has drawn comparisons to Pep Guardiola's approach. Reports suggest that Perez is willing to offer Alonso a 3-year contract worth $12 million per season, making him one of the highest-paid managers in club history. In a surprising move that's raised eyebrows across the football world, potential. Future Madrid manager Xabi Alonso didn't hold back in his assessment of the current squad, particularly regarding Vinicius Jr. Alonso stated, "I see this Real Madrid team as very individualistic. They lack collective play. The players don't seem to connect on the pitch. Everyone just does their own thing. Individually, it's the best squad in the world, but collectively, they're underperforming." He then specifically targeted Vinnie Jr., saying, "Sometimes I see Vini too focused on individual plays and forgetting about the game as a whole. I don't blame him because he's not the only one doing this currently, but if I were Real Madrid's coach, this wouldn't happen anymore." These comments have sparked debate among fans about whether Alonso is right to critique a player who's been Madrid's most consistent performer this season, with 21 goals and 16 assists across all competitions. Would Vinnie Jr. thrive under Alonso's more structured system, or would it limit his creative freedom that's made him so dangerous? When Kylian Mbappé finally arrived at the Bernabeu last summer in a deal worth $180 million in salary and signing, bonuses over 5 years, expectations soared for an even more dominant Madrid team than the one that conquered Europe last season. However, the reality has been starkly different. Despite Mbappé's impressive 33 goals this season, surpassing Karim Benzema's final season tally, the team is scoring fewer goals overall and conceding more frequently. The tactical shift from a 4-3-3 with Benzema to a 4-4-2 accommodating Mbappé, Rodrigo, Vinnie Jr., and Bellingham has disrupted the team's balance. Unlike Benzema, who contributed significantly to build-up play and provided numerous assists, Mbappé's game is more focused on scoring, with fewer collaborative elements. Interestingly, Mbappé was booed by some Bernabeu fans after the Champions League elimination against Arsenal, highlighting the growing frustration despite his goal-scoring prowess. As one pundit noted, Mbappé is here for a marathon, not a 100-meter sprint, suggesting patience is needed as he integrates into the team. Perhaps the most significant factor in Madrid's struggles this season has been the defensive crisis that Florentino Perez inexplicably failed to address in the transfer market. The team will finish the season without a single first-choice center-back available due to injuries to Militão, Alaba, and now Rudiger, who's battling to be fit for crucial matches. Additionally, Dani Carvajal suffered a serious injury, leaving the right-back position vulnerable. Despite these obvious issues, Florentino didn't sign any defensive reinforcements, forcing Ancelotti to improvise with midfielders like Tchouaméni and Camavinga in defensive positions. This situation has been further complicated by Toni Kroos's departure and the club's failure to adequately replace the German maestro, whose ability to control tempo and dictate play from deep positions has been sorely missed. Reports indicate Madrid is now planning a defensive overhaul this summer, with Bayern Munich's Alphonso Davies, valued at $60 million, and Lila's Leny Yoro, $40 million, as primary targets. Sporting director Uni Calafat has already initiated preliminary discussions with both players' representatives. Now for some expert analysis. Former Madrid defender Michel Salgado shared his thoughts exclusively with us. What we're witnessing is a classic case of stellar individuals struggling to function as a cohesive unit. Ancelotti faced an impossible task: integrate Mbappé into an already successful system while dealing with defensive injuries and Kroos's irreplaceable presence. The real issue isn't Mbappé or Vinnie Jr., it's structural. The midfield-defense connection has deteriorated without proper reinforcements. Alonso would be a fascinating appointment because he understands Madrid's DNA but would implement more tactical discipline. If I were managing recruitment, I'd prioritize a world-class defensive midfielder and 2 center-backs before considering any more attacking talents. Balance wins championships, not just star power. That wraps up today's Real Madrid news coverage. We've discussed Ancelotti's likely departure, Xabi Alonso's candidacy, and his surprising comments about Vinicius Jr., the Mbappé effect on team dynamics, and the defensive crisis that's undermined our season. The upcoming El Clasico could prove decisive not just for La Liga, but for the future direction of the club under potentially new leadership. Let us know in the comments what you think about Xabi Alonso's criticism of Vinnie Jr. and whether you believe Mbappé's arrival has helped or hurt the team. That's all for today. Please leave your comments below and hit the like button. Thank you for watching.